after the track meet in Cleveland. The SFL postgame show is on the air. The call-in number, 210-473-8428. Let's hear from you. One caller at a time, please. 717, you're on the SFL postgame show.
You got Doug Bose.
Mr. Bose, you win the bet. Now you get to see your friend in Jello.
Not that I necessarily want to see him streaking in Jello, but hey, yes, I win the bet.
Los Angeles gets their second win of the night. Happy to have Doug Bose, the owner of the Los Angeles Sharks, on the call. And bets are lost in the chat room as well, as they thought Alan Drum would beat you to the punch. But Los Angeles goes to 2-3. I don't know what who you would give the game ball to first, the offense or the defense tonight.
Good question. But how about a game ball just for the whole team?
Well, there you go. Well, if you could share your thoughts a little bit about what the game plan was offensively, because you certainly made Cleveland's defense look pedestrian, a defense that had looked pretty strong over the first 4 games of the season. What were you looking to attack?
Plain and simple. I was looking to spread the field out, get Wave Robinson, who didn't happen to get involved as much as I liked, and Gladwin Wolves involved, which worked very good. And as a result, I was hoping by getting more and more weapons involved through the air, Parkey Chul would have more time to run the football. And that worked.
You get to 2-3, or just a half game out of second place. I know that there were some doubts or some doubters creeping in on the Sharks organization. What do you have to say to them now?
Well, you know me, I'm going to look at this as a half-empty glass. 42-28. They turned the ball over, 78 times here tonight? I think it was 6 turnovers, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we still only win by 2 touchdowns. If they don't turn the ball over, do we actually win this ball game? So back to the lab, as Destro would say it, and I got work to do.
Good point. Gladwin Wolf, 4 catches, 70 yards on the night. Macho Fogg, 5 catches, 60 yards. Bobby Treefeather, 5 catches, 58 yards. Parkey Chol, 8 for 98. That's what you like to see, balance.
Right. And speaking of Treefeather, I'm sure Ronnie Nickens, Stevie Diggs, and all those guys are still trying to figure out who was supposed to cover him on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, there are blown coverages, and then there are blown coverages.
He was in a different zip code.
Yeah, that one was certainly a head-scratcher, but you get 21 points in that second quarter when your offense really woke up. How about a look at your defense tonight? Ivan Mixon sort of got embarrassed and put on the highlight reel early, but he really bounced back, and he showed why he's still on this team.
Exactly. And, nobody's perfect. And he just made sure, hey, you got me once, but you won't get me again. And I won't try to be George Bush and say that fool me once, twice thing and get it all confused like he did.
Lyric Da Vinci with picks tonight, too. DJ Majesty with an interception. This was an effort tonight, and we should also mention Zach Everson at defensive tackle had a strong game. Mahee Munderson, the whole defensive line really looked sharp out there. This was a team effort, and we should also bring up Mock's stats as well tonight. 24 of 35, 307 yards. I think you'll take that any night.
Definitely. But I'm already looking to Baltimore. That's basically where I'm at right now, because they had a nice win tonight, huge for them. But I think we're both 2-3 now. Much work to be done. I respect TJ a lot, but hope to kick us behind next week.
Yeah, a couple of 2-3 teams. Let's touch on Baltimore. They get the victory tonight. They obviously played quite well. Their secondary has made more plays than probably any other secondary in the league. How do you make sure that Mock continues to stay, turnover free as best he can and manage the game well?
Well, one would think because we have Parkey Chol, we'll avoid that secondary. But TJ, you can have my playbook right now. I'm coming for your secondary. And it's just going to be a classic case of beat me if you can, because I know I can beat you, I hope.
Otherwise, you may end up looking like Mario Savage did tonight. Los Angeles gets the win 42-28 over Cleveland. Head coach and owner of the Los Angeles Sharks, Doug Bose, with a victory. Congrats, Doug. Appreciate the time.
All right, thank you, sir.
Open line now on the SFL postgame show, 210-473-8428. Los Angeles beats Cleveland 42-28, as Doug Bose and I just discussed. Around the league, Houston loses to Baltimore 27-20. Houston faked a field goal on fourth down and converted it. Mito with that catch, but an interception later in the drive ended that. And then the Hyenas again had an opportunity 2 yards away from the end zone, and the Hyenas threw an interception in the back of the end zone picked off by Matthew Reese. And you know who the intended receiver was on that play, Washington, which they can't be too happy about, as they've been very vocal, the coaching staff there in Houston, about wanting Steve Abuaji to go away from Washington in the game plan. But again, a lot of compelling games tonight. Let's take a look at Louisville and Orlando. Orlando was down 34-32 and had a chance to tie the game to go to overtime. Instead of going for a routine 2-point conversion, they bring on the extra point unit. Now, no one, I don't think, seriously thought that they were going to kick an extra point. Instead, they faked the extra point, and that fake didn't go as well as Houston's fake, and the holder was clobbered in the backfield, and Orlando ends up losing that game 34-32. Zach Parker had a bounce-back evening for the Intimidators, but still too much Wolfpack offense. And how about Louisville and the job they've done to get to 5-0? 7-7-0, you're on the SFL postgame show.
Yeah, Lyric Da Vinci.
Lyric Da Vinci, hey, how'd you look out there, buddy? Did you look all right?
I looked a lot better. No pizza before the game.
and you look good. You play good. You got 2 interceptions tonight. They were kind of, in a way, they were kind of gifts thrown to you, but at the same time, you were there doing a good job in coverage. What were your thoughts when you saw the ball coming towards you on those plays?
Honestly, when I saw them coming to me, and like you said, it worked. Both of them were kind of like gifts at the time. I kind of saw them in slow motion, and I just kept telling myself, "Don't drop this. Do not drop these balls."
Yeah, well, and it worked out tonight, and there weren't a lot of drops on this by this Los Angeles defense. You have to be thrilled. You did give up 28 points as a whole defensively, but you've got to be thrilled with the effort and production and the way you bounce back. And not only did you pick off 6 balls tonight, but 10 pass deflections on top of that from the LA defense, including 3 from Mixon and 3 from Cody Ewing. Just a tremendous job there tonight on the defensive side.
Yeah, it's a blessing playing with those guys, especially with Mixon on the other side. He kind of takes a whole side of the field away when he's over there. And but you got Buckerson, and he helps a lot when the couple of times my receiver will get past me, but he's always back there to help out. So it's always good to see everything come together. We the first couple of weeks we kind of were trying to find ourselves, and we're trying to communicate a little bit better, and it all came to fruition this time, and we got the win.
Ewan Buckerson also led the Sharks tonight with 6 solo tackles. He's Lyric Da Vinci, cornerback of the Los Angeles Sharks. You have Baltimore next week, but this team, Baltimore's riding a little bit of confidence too, but I think this team is starting to really feel it after that 0-2 start. Now 2-3, a half game back of second place in the West. How do you think that the team is going to feel leading up to this Baltimore game, and do you think the morale is changing?
Our heads are definitely up. Morale is definitely high for us. As you know, with our team, our morale is always high, win, lose, or draw. So with these wins under the belt and kind of shaking off some of these cobwebs and getting it done, we're looking to go into playing Baltimore and getting the job done. I definitely have to get it done because the free safety for them, Reese, that's one of my best friends. I'm gonna have to show him up.
He had the game winner tonight against Houston.
See, I can't have that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to figure out what the feed. Have to take all our wide receivers out for dinner tonight and kind of add a little extra dessert in there.
Where you gonna go to dinner tonight, Lyric?
I don't know. It's on Parkito today. Tonight, it's on him. He kind of he definitely carried us throughout this game, and he kind of fired everyone up.
Now let's be real. It's not Park Hee-Cho's performance. It's his wallet and his contract. That's the reason why he's taking y'all out, right?
Well, we actually got to take him out this time. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. But hopefully he has a poor game next week, so he can take you guys out to dinner instead.
Definitely, because I'm sure he's gonna have a big appetite tonight. So.
I bet so. Los Angeles improves to 2-3. Any other thoughts on this game, Lyric? I mean, obviously, all smiles for Los Angeles, and arguably your best performance this season.
No, just like I said, with our team, we're a real close team. We keep our heads up regardless, and we gotta, as we know, we have the toughest schedule this season. So we're just trying to pull together and get things together. Doug does a great job. We're putting us in positions to win, and it's just up to us to execute, and we did that tonight.
Let me ask you one more thing. Lyric Da Vinci, how'd you come up with that?
Lyric's actually my nickname.
Yeah, how'd you get that nickname?
Because I used to make music, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, my nickname's always been Lyric, and as an artist, I looked to Da Vinci, so it was kind of like musical artist.
There you go.
In a way. So.
There you go. Well, you're going to be singing in the moonlight tonight, man. Appreciate the time.
All right, thank you.
Lyric Da Vinci, cornerback of the Los Angeles Sharks, on the call and off the call. Open line now, 210-473-8428. Again, running down the final scores tonight. Los Angeles beats Cleveland 42-28 in the biggest blowout of the night, surprisingly. Louisville beats Orlando 34-32, and Baltimore beats Houston 27-20. We have owner of the Cleveland Vipers, Ronnie Nickens, on the call. Ronnie, give me your initial thoughts on this game this evening, tonight, if you will.
For me, Cam, I'm disappointed in both coordinators this week, especially the defense. I don't know what he was thinking, but he went away from things that were working, and what he put in there this week really hurt the team. Offensively, they just didn't put King in proper formations to be effective. They put him where the defense always had somebody to help cover him, and that kind of hurt us this week. So I'm disappointed in both of them this week.
Yeah, that was very interesting. That it seemed like almost every target that King had, he was being defended by Ivan Mixon, and I thought that, and maybe this is what you're getting at, Scott King, anytime you're going up against a gold corner, you want to run him on some crosses and some posts away from Mixon. Is that kind of what you're saying? Get him away from over there?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You've got to put it where he can make some moves on these guys. Don't make it where he's just it's just both of them running down the field. Make it where he's got to make them decide which way to go. It was just horrendous. I'm very disappointed. This is probably about the upset as I've been this year. And both of these gentlemen got to get their A games back together, because this is really not acceptable.
Strong words from a strong owner, Ronnie Nickens of the Cleveland Vipers. I want to shift gears just a bit and touch on your uniforms tonight. They were a big hit, wearing sort of the alt royal blues. And as I was saying on the air, it kind of reminded me a little bit of a mesh between the Cleveland Stallions and the Cleveland Vipers throughout your history. But I'm sure there's a little different story or a little bit different take from you behind these uniforms. Let us know what your thoughts are or were on them, because I don't think people really expected that tonight.
Those colors are the colors of one of the high school teams here in the city, the East Side Blue Bombers.
Oh, okay.
And so,
nicely done.
So I like that design, and that is really where it came from.
They get tickets to tonight's game?
Pardon me?
Did they get tickets to tonight's game? Some of the high school kids?
Well, unfortunately, they're playing a game tonight, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. They'll have to catch it on demand. But hey, kudos to the Viper organization for reaching out and making it a community event. Coming up on the short end, it was 28-28, and that third quarter, or towards the end of the third quarter, was all Vipers. Did you think at that point, this is it, we're going to finally get one?
Well, no, I never felt comfortable in the game, Cam, because they, as I stated, the players on offense really were not put in position to do their best. So all the interceptions, I'm not going to sit back and put it all on the quarterback. Their offensive coordinator put them in bad situations this week. And that's the way I feel about that. And defense was just horrendous. I don't know what he was thinking this week, but he got this week to get it back in order, because I'm very disappointed on both sides of the ball.
The strategy did not work. Ronnie Nickens on the call with us, hoping that a surprisingly struggling season for the Cleveland Vipers will soon come to an end. Ronnie, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, Cam.
Vipers fall 42-28. He's got some good points about the players on offense. Ivan Mixon was blanketed on Scott King all night. Interesting to see what would have occurred on a different night. Scott King finishes with 13 catches on 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. He certainly was involved with 13 catches on 19 targets. By the way, open line now, 210-473-8428. Marcus Bose, 8 catches for 54 yards, but most of that came in the first quarter. Tony Capone, 5 catches for 103 yards and a score, including a 52-yard bomb that he scored the touchdown on. Check that. Matthew Lee, 3 catches for 17 yards. Darian Bowles, 2 for 30. He also had a touchdown, but it comes in a Cleveland Viper defeat. So I don't know what was more shocking tonight. The fake field goal by Houston that actually converted a fourth down, or the fake extra point trying to go for 2 to tie the game by Orlando. Probably the latter, because it was just shocking that Orlando elected to do something that no one really thought they seriously were going to do or be able to accomplish. The Intimidators fall to 3-2. Louisville goes to 5-0. And think about Louisville. Talk about a team that's been the complete opposite of Cleveland. They have won games in the most dramatic of fashion. They win by 2 on the road tonight. They almost blow the lead against Los Angeles and won by less than a handful of points against the Sharks. 3 points to be exact against the Sharks last week. They scored 2 touchdowns in the final 2 minutes against Baltimore in week 1. That's 3 victories right there that you can chalk up to potentially the Wolfpack going 2-3. But Louisville has always had the magic, and they got some more of it tonight. David Overstreet, a strong night. Zach Parker, over 200 yards. Finally, Zach Parker able to get moving. But Sonic 0002, thanks for your time tonight. We hope to see you Wednesday. Should be a great game between NYC and Santa Fe, along with the rest of the action. I want to leave the line open for just a bit more. I'm surprised Houston has got to be incredibly frustrated. I'm surprised we've not heard from any Hyenas tonight after their loss. And I'm surprised we have not heard from any Baltimore Crabs after the victory. A big win for Baltimore. They improved to 2-3 and really put the pressure on the Sailors, because the Crabs can be in a tie for first place heading into Week 6 with a Sailor loss to Santa Fe, which Santa Fe is the clear favorite of that game coming up on Wednesday night. But Baltimore, huge win. They did not want to fall to 1-4. That franchise has made the playoffs every year of their existence, and seeing them at 1-4, it would be hard to fathom that they would be able to turn that around. Although in the division they are in, they certainly could do it. Anyone could do it at 1-4 in the North, especially if NYC can't get it done Wednesday night against Santa Fe. But who knows? The Sailors have been playing more improved football. Well, that does it for the SFL postgame show. We're going to wrap it up here. Final scores: Los Angeles 42, Cleveland 28, Louisville 34, Orlando 32, and Houston 20, Baltimore 27. This has been a presentation of the SFL Network on Twitch.tv, and I'm your play-by-play and commentator and SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine, saying good night, and we'll see you on Wednesday. However, right before we go, 954, you're on the SFL postgame show. Well, no, he just hung up. I stand corrected. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. Good night, everybody.